Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My goal today is to sleep in a hammock for the first time, but it's winter. So it's definitely gonna be a learning experience and I'm looking forward to bringing you along with me. It is the last kind of warm night for the next couple of weeks here, so I'm gonna make the most of it and we're gonna hopefully get a good sleep tonight. My first priority is setting up my tarp, then my hammock, then I'm gonna collect some firewood, start a fire, and cook dinner on the fire. I think these two trees here are far apart enough that it's gonna work to fit my hammock inside. But we got a lot of snow today, so I'm gonna try to knock most of that off before it inevitably falls on me. There's one. Hopefully that does the trick. All right, so just finished setting up the ridge line and my two straps for the hammock. I tied a bowline on that side, a trucker's hitch on that side. It's nice and taut, like a guitar string. And the hammock is gonna go here, and my tarp is gonna be up there. And I'm gonna have a fire here, so I'm not under any branches. So as far as tarp setups go, this is definitely not my cleanest. Got one corner on the shovel, other on the snowshoe. Got a stick propping it up just so I can have a little awning. And then underneath here, that's what we're looking like. Tied to a tree over there, tied to a tree over there. Yeah. It's a little wide for what I'm doing, but just using what I have. Shout out to Chloe for the tarp. Really appreciate you letting me borrow it. And yeah, next step, we're gonna set up the hammock. Then we're gonna collect some firewood and finally get dinner going because I am getting hungry. It's my hammock here. Grand trunk, it's just beginner hammock. Like I said earlier, I've never slept in a hammock before, so we're just trying it out tonight. Brought my trusty foam pads to kneel on again. It's time to get this fire going. Got some dried cattails. These go up like crazy. These are the hot dog looking things you see in a marsh. Of course, some birch bark. Got a really nice fire going. Oh yeah. We're gonna be cooking on the fire this evening. We are making pork tenderloin in the pan, and then we are doing carrots, shallot, and potatoes in tinfoil in the coals. So it's gonna be a great meal. I'm looking forward to it. Just gonna get chopping my potatoes and carrots here. Just a rough chop. Decently small pieces so they all cook all the way through. One of the easiest ways, if not the easiest ways to cook on a campfire is by using tin foil. So I'm gonna be cooking the potatoes, carrots, and shallots in tin foil. All I'm gonna do is I got some butter here. It's cold out, so obviously it's solid. But I'm just gonna disperse these chunks in there to help it cook and give it a little extra flavor. Go in there with a little seasoning too. Just gonna stick it back here for now. Got some sliced pork tenderloin here. Alrighty, these guys look just about done here. Oh yeah, I wish you could smell that right now. Set those aside. Check on our veg in a minute. Whoa, that's looking done. There we are. Some pork, potatoes, carrots, and shallots for dinner. All right, I'm just setting up my hammock for the evening. I think I will be warm tonight. In theory, my strategy should work. Now, I wonder if it'll be warmer because I'm elevated off the ground. And even though I'm elevated off the ground, I think if I had my sleeping bag around me, it would be compressed at my backside. So what I'm gonna do to counteract that, hopefully, is I'm going to put a sleeping pad in the hammock to give me a little bit of airspace and insulation below me. And then I'm gonna have my sleeping bag around me. Just putting on some warmer layers. So right now, I've got my merino base layer, this thinner mid layer. It's very insulating. It's got this square checkered pattern. I really like this for skiing and doing active stuff. And then over, I just have an Eddie Bauer fleece. So hopefully with these three, I'll be nice and warm. On my legs right now, I've got my merino long underwear and just some track pants. But my legs don't really get cold, only my toes. So for that, I have dry fit athletic socks on right now. And I'm gonna pair that with these wool socks and these wool socks knitted by my Nana. Well, looks like I gotta tighten that side. All right, I got in the hammock. Took a while. I had to readjust one of the sides. I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm gonna fall out of this thing. I think this hammock might be slightly too small for me. And my feet, I feel like are gonna fall out first. There isn't a lot of hammock on either side. So like, I feel like my feet are gonna go like that and then I'm gonna follow. But we'll see. I think what I might end up doing is ditching the sleeping pad just to give me a little more room in the hammock. But other than that, I am gonna get to bed now. It's been a great night so far. I really enjoyed my dinner by the fire. And yeah, hopefully we sleep through the night. So it's like 5:30 in the morning right now. The temperature dropped significantly. I just checked my weather app and it said it feels like -18 right now. And that's a little past the comfort level of my sleeping bag. And I can definitely tell because my toes are pretty cold and I woke up shivering. So the wind switched directions and it is now just funneling right through here. That's definitely making things a lot colder. So I think the best way for me to get warm right now is to just get up and get moving. As much as it sucks, it's so early in the morning, but I think I'm gonna go for a little walk, get the blood flowing, and then we'll go from there. So after walking around for about 20 minutes, I'm kind of warm, but there's honestly 0 point in going back to sleep now. So I think we're gonna pack up and just call it a day here. The sun's not coming up for another 2 hours and I don't really feel like waiting for that. So we're just gonna get out of here. It's about 6:30 now and I just checked the weather. Feels like -18, it definitely does. My sleeping bag is come from -15. So makes sense why I was a little cold. So for next time, I'll definitely get a warmer sleeping bag. Other than that though, I slept pretty well before the temperature dropped like crazy. About 5 hours, 15 minutes of sleep, and I actually do feel fairly well rested. It is nowhere near how good I sleep in a Quincy, but it was still okay. Just packed everything up, except for these 3 pads here, but it's all on the sled. But for right now, I'm gonna do the little hike back and then hang all this stuff to dry. Then I'll be back for that later. All right, so it's the afternoon now. And last night was definitely a learning experience. And throughout the day, I've been reflecting on what I learned from last night. Biggest thing is to test your gear in ideal scenarios. My hammock is a little small for me, and it would have been much nicer to figure that out on a nice, warm summer night. I think what made a big difference in my temperature regulation last night was the fact that I wasn't able to fit my sleeping pad in there with me. Like I said earlier, that would have helped with an insulating layer below me because once a sleeping bag is compressed, it loses a lot of its insulation value. I did have a blanket with me that I kept on putting on and off, but it kept on falling, so that didn't work really well. Another thing I would do is just get a higher rating sleeping bag. I had my -15 bag, and I've been fine in Quincy's with the same bag at the same temperature but at the end of the day, a quinzie's insulated, whereas a tarp is not. So I think the breeze coming in the middle of the night definitely affected things as well. Is this the last night I sleep in a hammock ever? Definitely not. Is it the last night I sleep in this hammock in the winter? Probably. But at the end of the day, it's really good to have experiences like this, or else you don't learn anything. I still accomplished my goal of sleeping outside in a hammock in the winter, and we actually got a decent sleep. I was checking out my sleep metrics this morning from my watch, and my heart rate average last night was 37. It's normally in the low 40s, but 37 is pretty crazy. It's crazy what sleeping in the cold can do. If you have any more hammock tips or winter camping tips for me, let me know in the comments below. This was my second night sleeping outside this year, and we're hoping to do a minimum of 30. So stay tuned for those. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next adventure.